Hey YouTubers, I want to do a bit short video on some Indian artifacts that I found along with my wife. We found an old campsite up on top of the ridge, and we are down in southern West Virginia along the eastern, southeastern West Virginia, I guess, in Appalachian Mountains. But we found an old campsite and we found a few artifacts. Here's some little points. Didn't do as well as I'd hoped on these points. Unfortunately, someone else had already been digging in there, and there's a lot more material to go through. We've been sifting, but here's a neat little bird point. It looks like they maybe broke the tip before they completed it. As you can see, the base of it here is not completed, but it's got some real good little chips on. I don't know much about this stuff, only what I've learned on watching YouTube. That's the only reason I even know that it's a bird point, but it has some nice colors to it. Unfortunately, it's broken. And that's one that I found. Here's another little piece of a bird point. And I think that's what's called a dovetail because of the base of it. I really wish I could find some more. There's a lot of this material up there. A lot of broken pieces of flint or chert or whatever it is. A friend of mine actually was one that found it, and he has found all kinds of, I think he's found axes, I think he found some pipes, all kinds of stuff. But this is what I found. And a couple of trips up there. Here's the best point that I found. And if anybody watching this can tell me what time frame these things came from, I would appreciate it. I don't know anything about them, but I'm interested in looking for this stuff. This is has a broken ear, and the base is broken on this side, so pretty rough looking. Here's a couple of other points that I found here in our community. I was actually coaching first base about 10 years ago for my son's t-ball team, and looked down, and this was laying there upside the base. As you can see, this is a different size point than the bigger one, and of course these smaller ones here. I don't know the difference, but anyway. And here's another one I found up there. This one's broke. This one's just the tip of one. And I found a few other things. I thought this might be some type of a scraper. It's flat on one side. I wish I could focus in a little bit better. It looks like it's been worked on all sides. Possibly broke right there, but it's flat right here. Thought it might have been some kind of a scraper. If somebody can maybe tell me a little bit more about that. See what else we got here. This stuff here is just laying everywhere up there, and I picked this all up in probably 10 minutes just walking around, and I'll zoom in on it here. All kinds of different types of rock, flint, chert, I don't know what you would call it. There's different colors, you can see. This is a neat little piece here. See how sharp it is. Some of it you can see through. And I found some of this stuff up there, and remember, this is up on top of a ridge, and we're in the mountains here in southern part of the state, so to me this looks like a river rock, so I thought possibly it may have been carried up there, by the Indians. This is like I said, a big campground, a camping area up on a saddle, up on top of a mountain, probably maybe 17 or 1800 feet in elevation. But you can see I find this stuff. I mean, it's just laying on the ground everywhere. What happened was they went in there with some equipment several years ago and disturbed the ground doing some work for the coal mines. They were core drilling, and they exposed all this stuff, and I'd like to have been there when they first did it. But this stuff here is just laying everywhere. But anyway, some other things that I found are these, I'm calling them grinding stones, but some type of a tool. You can see they're all polished. I found quite a few of these up there. And these also, you can go up there and just walk around and see them laying on the ground. I know they're some type of Indian artifact. They have polished places in them, I guess, where they held them. This actually has a little groove right here in this one. Got that one, and This one, I have several of these. Try to get an angle on it. You can see how flat they are in some places right there. It's really smooth. This is broke, but right there's a really good polished spot. And this one doesn't have a really slick polish. Here's my wife coming back here. She doesn't want to get in on the video. But anyway, this is my favorite one right here. You can see this has 2 spots on it, 2 flat spots. And you can see it's almost shiny. Unfortunately, it's broke. Just another tool or grinding stone. I don't know what, pounding stone. I don't know much about this stuff. There's where I hit it with a shovel. And I got a couple more. This is another one. This is the only one I have that's not broken. Let me get it wet and you can see it better. Now you can see a little bit better where it's polished on the sides. See there? Pretty neat looking. See some sort of ripples right there. I don't know if it's from anything or just the way it's been worn, you know, from use. There's another little flat spot right there. So I guess they've had this laying around the camp for a lot of years. And here's something, I didn't think it was much when I first saw it, and then I was talking to a neighbor of mine, and he told me that was a stone that they used to put nuts in and crush the nuts. You can see it has a little pit right here, and I guess what they would do is put acorns or hickory nuts or whatever in this, and I hope you can see it well, and crush up the nuts. But just a few things I found up there. I'm hoping to find something good. I'd love to find an axe head, but I just think this stuff's interesting. And if anybody knows anything about these points or the stones that may help me, please make a comment and let me know. Alright, thanks.